welcome back to Blot Update Daily, your daily Minecraft news podcast. I'm your host, and today we're talking about Minecraft 26.2 pre-release 2. Now, before anyone says, wait, it's just bug fixes. Let me stop you right there, because bug fix updates tell us something extremely important. They tell us how Mojang is getting ready to launch, and after looking through today's changes, it feels like Chaos Cube is getting very, very close. Let's jump in. Today's headline is simple. Minecraft 26.2 pre-release 2 has arrived. Unlike earlier snapshots that introduced sulfur caves, sulfur tube geysers, and the new friendlies, this update focuses almost entirely on fixing problems and improving stability. And honestly, that's exactly what you want to see at this stage. Because when Mojang stops adding features and starts fixing crashes, it usually means release date isn't far away. Let's start with one of the biggest improvements, crash fixes. Lots of crash fixes. Mojang fixed a startup crash affecting some Mac users. They also fixed crashes on systems that don't support Volcane, along with additional Volcane rendering issues involving large shader files. Now, if you've been following the 26.2 development cycle, you probably noticed a pattern. Volcane has been one of the most heavily tested features in recent snapshots. At first, Mojang experimented with making Volcane the default graphic backend. Then they switched back to OpenGL as the default while continuing Volcane testing. And now we're seeing even more Volcane-related fixes. That tells us Mojang is serious about making sure the future graphic system is stable before it becomes a bigger part of the game. Next up, Sulfur Tube. Yes, the weird yellow fixed blobs are back. Pre-release 2 fixes a bug where Sulfur Tube could become distortionized when players rapidly gave them blocks to absorb and remove while the game take rate was low. Now that's a very Minecraft sentence. And honestly, it's the kind of thing player discovers. A development creates a cool new mechanic. Then 5 minutes later, someone builds a machine specifically designed to break it. And suddenly the bad track gets very busy. Another Sulfur Tube issue involved TNT. Players could swap with Sulfur Tube absorbed light at that same time moment its TNT block was activated, creating unintended behavior. Mojang has now fixed that interaction, which means one fewer way to accidentally create a disaster and intentionally create disaster. I know some of you. The update also fixes a surprisingly wide range of gameplay bugs. Tripwires above a player's head could trigger twice when jumping. Shield animations were playing too quickly. Certain beacons interaction could actually kick players from the game. And in rare cases, igloo generation could freeze a server. Imagine exploring that one. Why did the server crash? I found the igloo. What? One of my favorite fixes in this update is a visual one. Players use classic programmer art research pack could see the foot of a bed appearing as a missing model. So basically you go to sleep and your bed would partially forget how to exist. Thankfully that's fixed now. The update also includes a technical change. Datapad version 107 is now active. That won't affect most players directly, but it matters for map makers, datapad creators, and server developers preparing for the final release. And whenever datapad version change, it's usually another sign that Mojang is locking things down for launch. Now here's the interesting part. The Minecraft community reactions to pre-release 2 have been pretty straightforward. Most players see this as confirmation that the feature set is finished. Discussion has largely shifted away from new content and toward release timing, remaining bug fixes, and whether features like peer-to-peer multiplayer might return in a future update. That's usually what happens when an update enters its final phase. Players stop asking, what new feature are we getting? And start asking, when can we play it? Looking back at everything we've covered in episode 1 through 5, it's a pretty wild update cycle. We've seen new sulfur tubes, sulfur cubes, geysers, graphics changes, Java edition friendlies, and a mountain of bug fixes. Now Mojang is putting the finishing touches on all of it. So what's today's takeaway? Minecraft 26.2 pre-release 2 isn't flashy. It's just adding giant new features, but it's something just as important. It's making sure the update actually works, because no matter how cool a feature is, players want stability, and right now Mojang appears focused on that. That's all for today's episode of Block Update Daily. If you enjoyed the show, come back tomorrow with more Minecraft news, snapshot, community discoveries, and everything happening in the Blocky universe. Until next time, keep mining, keep building, and if an igloo somehow crashes your server, maybe don't build a second. See you next time.